My husband does not know I can walk. My name is Julia. I have been in this chair for 2 years. I am 28 years old. I stood up yesterday. I wanted to surprise him, but he was kissing the nurse in our kitchen. My heart stopped. I did not speak. I did not cry. I just looked. The nurse is named Sarah. She is young. She is pretty. David is my husband. He is tall. He is handsome. They did not see me. I stood there. My legs were shaking, but I did not fall. I was quiet. I slowly turned around. I walked back to my room. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. I sat down in my wheelchair. I closed my eyes. The world was spinning. How did this happen? Let me tell you my story. 2 years ago, my life was perfect. I was 26 years old. I was happy. I had a good job. I loved to run. I loved to dance. David and I were married for 3 years. He was kind. He was sweet. He brought me flowers. He made me laugh. I loved him very much. I thought he loved me too. Then the bad day came. It was winter. It was very cold. The sky was dark. The rain was heavy. I was in my car. I was driving home from work. I drove slowly. The road was wet. Suddenly, I saw bright lights. Another car was driving too fast. It crossed the line. It came right at me. I tried to turn, but it was too late. The car hit me. It was a loud crash. Glass broke everywhere. My head hit the window. Everything went dark. I felt nothing. I woke up in a white room. I heard a machine. Beep, beep, beep. It was a hospital. I tried to move my arms. My arms hurt, but I could move them. I tried to move my legs. Nothing happened. I tried again. Still nothing. I felt no pain in my legs. I felt no cold. I felt no heat. It was like my legs were gone, but I could see them. A doctor came into the room. He looked sad. He held my hand. "Julia," he said, "you were in a bad crash. Your back is broken." I looked at him. I did not understand. "Can I walk?" I asked. The doctor shook his head. "No, Julia, I am sorry. You cannot walk. You will need a wheelchair." I cried. I cried very loud. My mother cried. My father cried. David was there too. He held me. He kissed my face. He said, "Do not cry, Julia. I am here. I will take care of you. I will never leave you." I believed him. I thought he was a good man. I thought he was my hero. I stayed in the hospital for 2 months. It was hard. I learned how to use a wheelchair. My arms got strong, but my heart was weak. I was sad every day. I missed running. I missed dancing. I missed my old life. Then I went home. Our house was big. It had stairs. I could not use the stairs anymore. My beautiful bedroom was upstairs. I could not go there. David made a new room for me. It was downstairs. It was small. It felt like a prison. I hated it. I was angry. I was angry at the car. I was angry at the rain. I was angry at the world. David went back to work. I stayed home. I sat by the window. I looked at the trees. I looked at the birds. The birds could fly. I could not even walk. I felt useless. Sometimes I needed help. I needed help to wash. I needed help to dress. David helped me at first, but he got tired. I saw it in his eyes. He was always tired. He sighed a lot. He did not smile. One day he came home. He sat next to me. "Julia," he said, "I am very tired. I have to work. I cannot take care of you all day. We need help." I felt bad. I felt like a burden. "Okay," I said. "What should we do?" "I found a nurse," he said. "Her name is Sarah. She will come every day. She will help you." The next day, Sarah came. She knocked on the door. She walked in. She was smiling. "Hello, Julia," she said. "I am Sarah. I am very happy to meet you." She had bright eyes. She had long hair. She was very nice. She made me tea. The tea had lemon and honey. It tasted good. She cooked my food. She washed my clothes. She brushed my hair. We talked a lot. We talked about books. We talked about movies. She told funny stories. I laughed. I had not laughed in a long time. I thought Sarah was my friend. I thought God sent her to help me. I was happy she was there. David was happy too. He smiled more. He was not tired anymore. Life was calm. Life was quiet. But 6 months ago, everything changed. It was late at night. The house was dark. David was asleep upstairs. I was awake in my room. I was looking at my feet. I always looked at my feet. I always hoped they would move. Suddenly, I felt something. A small tingle. It was in my right foot. It felt like a little fire. I closed my eyes. I pushed all my energy down to my foot. "Move," I said in my head. "Please move." I opened my eyes. I looked at my big toe. It moved, just a little bit, but it moved. I gasped. I put my hand over my mouth. I wanted to scream. I wanted to yell, "David, come here." I wanted to tell him the good news, but I stopped. I had a thought. I wanted to make it a surprise. A big, beautiful surprise. I wanted to wait. I wanted to stand up. I wanted to walk to him. I wanted to be his strong wife again. So I kept my secret. I did not tell David. I did not tell Sarah. I told nobody. The next night, I tried again. I moved my toe. Then I moved my foot. It was hard. It took a lot of energy. I was sweating, but I was happy. Every night I worked. When David was asleep, when Sarah went home, I worked in the dark. I started to move my legs. I lifted my knee. It hurt. It hurt very much. My muscles were weak, but I did not stop. I remembered my old life. I wanted to run. I wanted to dance. I had a big dream. My dream was to walk out of this room. One night, I sat on the edge of my bed. I put my feet on the floor. I pushed with my arms. I tried to stand. I stood up for 1 second. Then my legs gave out. I fell. I hit the floor hard. Bang. It was loud. I was scared. I heard footsteps upstairs. David was running down the stairs. He opened my door. "Julia, are you okay?" he asked. I was on the floor. I was crying from the pain. But I lied. "I am sorry," I said. I reached for my water. I fell out of bed. David sighed. It was a long, tired sigh. He picked me up. He put me back in bed. "Be careful, Julia," he said. He did not kiss me. He did not hug me. He just went back upstairs. His tired face made me sad. I felt very bad. I wanted to tell him my secret, but I wanted to fix everything first. I wanted to be perfect again. So I kept quiet. I worked harder. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. I grew stronger. I could stand for 1 minute, then 2 minutes, then 5 minutes. I started to walk. I touched the wall. I took 1 step. Left, right, left, right. My feet hurt. My legs shook. But I was doing it. I was walking. I looked in my mirror. I stood tall. I looked like the old Julia. I smiled at myself. "You are strong," I said to the mirror. "You can do this." Yesterday was our anniversary. We were married for 5 years. It was a special day. I decided it was time. Time for the big surprise. Time to end the secret. Time to show David his wife was back. I woke up happy. I felt beautiful. Sarah came in the morning. She helped me put on a dress. It was a red dress. David loves red. She brushed my hair. She put a red clip in it. "You look so pretty today, Julia," Sarah said. "Thank you, Sarah," I said. "Today is a good day." Sarah smiled. "Yes, it is," she said. She went to the kitchen to cook dinner. David came home early from work. I heard the front door open. I heard his heavy shoes. I heard his voice. He went to the kitchen. He said hello to Sarah. I was in my room. I sat in my wheelchair. I took a deep breath. My heart was beating fast. Boom, boom, boom. I was so excited. I put on my shoes. I pushed myself up. I stood on my feet. I felt strong. I did not touch the wall. I walked on my own. I walked out of my room. I walked down the hall. I walked slowly. I made no noise. I wanted to reach the kitchen door. I wanted to say, "Surprise, my love." I was smiling. A big, happy smile. I reached the kitchen. The door was open. I looked inside. My smile fell. My heart broke. I saw them, David and Sarah. They were not cooking. They were holding each other. David had his arms around Sarah. Her hands were in his hair. They were kissing. It was not a small kiss. It was a long, deep kiss. David pulled away. He looked at her face. He touched her cheek. "I missed you today," he whispered. "I missed you too," Sarah said. She giggled. She kissed his neck. David smiled. "I love you," he said. "I love you too," she said. I stopped breathing. The air left my body. My head spun. The room felt hot. Then it felt cold. Very cold. My husband, my nurse, my friend, they were together. They loved each other, right in my kitchen. While I was in the next room, while I was in my wheelchair. I did not say surprise. I could not speak. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw a glass. I wanted to hit them, but I did not. I was frozen. I watched them. They laughed softly. They looked happy. They looked perfect. I felt like a ghost. I was not a wife. I was just a problem in the next room. I stepped back. I did not make a sound. I turned around. I walked back down the hall. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Every step was heavy. Every step hurt. Not in my legs, in my heart. I went into my room. I closed the door quietly. I sat back in my wheelchair. I looked at my red dress. I looked at my pretty shoes. I felt stupid. I felt like a big fool. Tears came to my eyes. Hot tears. Salty tears. I cried. I cried silently. I put my hand over my mouth. I did not want them to hear me. I sat there for a long time. I was alone. I felt so alone. Why did he do this? Was I not good enough? Was I too much work? Yes, I was too much work. He was tired of my chair. He was tired of my sad face. He wanted a fun life. He wanted a healthy woman. He wanted Sarah. But why didn't he leave me? If he loved her, why stay with me? I wiped my tears. I started to think. My sad feelings turned into angry feelings. My house is very nice. I have a lot of money in the bank. My parents left me money when they died. David likes nice things. He likes his expensive car. He likes his big house. If he left me, he would look like a bad man. People would say, David left his sick wife. David is a bad person. He did not want that. He wanted to be the good husband. He wanted the house. He wanted the money. He was a liar. And Sarah was a liar too. She smiled at me every day. She brushed my hair. She called me her friend. Then she kissed my husband. She was a snake in my house. I looked at my legs. I can walk. They do not know. This is my secret power. I am not weak. I am not helpless. I am strong. I will not cry anymore. I wiped my face. I looked in the mirror. I took a deep breath. I will play a game, I whispered. This is my perfect act. I will pretend. I will watch them. And I will make a plan. There was a knock on my door. It was David. Julia, he called. Are you ready? Dinner is ready. I forced a smile. I made my voice sound sweet. Yes, David, come in. He opened the door. He had a big smile, a fake smile. Happy anniversary, my love, he said. He walked to me. He kissed my forehead. His lips felt cold. His kiss felt dirty. I wanted to push him away, but I did not. Thank you, David, I said. I am so happy. He pushed my wheelchair. We went to the dining room. Sarah was there. She brought the food. She smiled at me. Happy anniversary, Julia, she said. Thank you, Sarah, I said. The food smells wonderful. We ate dinner. I watched them. I watched everything now. I was like a spy. I saw the way they looked at each other. Secret looks. Small smiles. When David asked for the salt, Sarah gave it to him. Their fingers touched. It was a fast touch, but I saw it. I saw the electricity between them. I felt sick to my stomach. I could not eat. "I am tired," I said. "I want to go to bed." "Okay, my love," David said. "I will take you." He pushed me to my room. He put me in bed. He turned off the light. "Good night, Julia," he said. "Good night," I said. He closed the door. I waited in the dark. I listened. I heard his footsteps go to the kitchen. I heard whispering. I heard soft laughter. My blood boiled, but I stayed in bed. Tomorrow, my work begins. The next day, David went to work. Sarah stayed with me. We sat in the living room. We watched television. "Julia," Sarah asked, "can I go to the store? We need milk and bread." "Yes, of course, Sarah," I said. "Take your time." Sarah left. I heard her car drive away. I was alone in the house. I stood up from my chair. I did not fall. I was ready. I walked to David's office. The door was closed. I opened it. I went to his desk. I turned on his computer. I needed a password. I typed his name. No. I typed his car brand. No. I typed my birthday. Yes. The computer opened. How funny. He used my birthday to protect his secrets. I opened our bank accounts. We had a joint account. All our money was together. We had a lot of money. Half of it was mine. I opened a new browser window. I went to a different bank website. I opened a new account, a secret account, only for me. It was easy to do online. I typed my name. I typed my old password. The account was open. Then I moved the money. I took exactly half. Not a penny more, not a penny less. It was my money. I hit transfer. The money was gone. It was in my secret account. David could not touch it. I smiled. It was a cold smile. I closed the browser. I turned off the computer. I walked out of the office. I went back to the living room. I sat in my wheelchair. 10 minutes later, Sarah came home. She had bags of food. "I am back," she called. "Thank you, Sarah," I called back. I felt powerful. I felt in control. The next day, I needed a phone. David looked at our phone bills. If I called someone, he would see the number. I needed a secret phone. When Sarah was washing clothes, I used my computer. I bought a cheap phone online. I did not send it to the house. I sent it to a post office box nearby. 2 days later, the phone arrived. I waited for David to go to work. I waited for Sarah to clean the upstairs. I stood up. I put on a big coat. I put on a hat. I walked out the back door. The sun felt warm on my face. The wind blew my hair. It felt wonderful. I was walking outside. I felt free. I walked down the street. I walked to the post office. It was a few blocks away. My legs were tired, but I did not stop. I got my package. I walked back home. I went in the back door. I took off my coat. I hid the phone in my pocket. I sat in my chair. I was safe. No one saw me. I used my secret phone. I called a real estate agent. Her name was Mary. "Hello, Mary," I said. "I need an apartment. A small apartment. It must be sunny. It must be far from here." "How far?" Mary asked. 2 hours away," I said. "In the city." "I will find one for you," Mary said. Mary was fast. She found a nice place. She sent me pictures on my secret phone. It had big windows. It looked clean. I liked it. I signed the papers online. I paid the rent with my secret money. I had a new home. I was almost ready. I started to pack. I had a small black bag. I kept it under my bed. Every day, I put a few things in it. A shirt, a pair of pants, my favorite necklace, a picture of my parents. Nothing big. David and Sarah never noticed. They were too busy. They were too busy with each other. I watched them every day. It was hard. It hurt. But I learned to turn off my feelings. I was just an actor in a play. I smiled when they smiled. I said thank you when they helped me. I was the perfect, helpless wife. They had no idea. Then came Tuesday, the last day, the day I will never forget. It was raining outside, just like the day of my crash. But today, the rain felt like a new beginning. It felt like it was washing the dirt away. David came home early. He looked wet. He looked angry about the rain. Sarah met him at the door. She took his coat. I was in my room. My black bag was ready. My shoes were on. I was ready to leave. I stood up. I walked to my bedroom door. I opened it a little bit. I wanted to hear them. I wanted to see if they were in the kitchen. They were in the hallway. They were talking in low voices. They thought I was sleeping. I listened. "I am so tired of this," Sarah said. She sounded annoyed. "I know, baby. I know," David said. He kissed her head. "How long do we have to wait, David?" Sarah asked. "She is always here. We can never be alone." "Just a little longer," David said. His voice was cold. "The doctor said her body is weak. People in chairs get sick easily. She might not live a long life. We just have to wait." "And if she lives a long time?" Sarah asked. "Then we will think of something else," David said. "But we need the house. We need her money. We just have to play the game a little longer. Pretend you care. I will pretend I care. Soon, it will be all ours." I stopped breathing. My blood ran cold. Then it ran hot. Very hot. They did not just want to be together. They were waiting for me to die. They wanted my money. They wanted my house. They wanted me gone. I was not just a burden. I was a ticket to money. I was furious. I was so angry I felt a fire in my chest. My perfect act was over. It was time for the truth. I pushed the door open. I did not walk slowly. I did not walk quietly. I walked with heavy steps. Thump, thump, thump. I walked down the hall. I walked right toward them. David turned around. Sarah looked over his shoulder. Their eyes opened wide, very wide. Their mouths dropped open. They looked like they saw a ghost. They looked terrified. "Julia," David whispered. His voice was shaking. He stepped back. He looked at my face. He looked down at my feet. He looked back at my face. Sarah put her hand over her mouth. She dropped a towel. It hit the floor softly. "Hello, David," I said. My voice was calm. It was very strong. "Hello, Sarah." You are walking," Sarah stammered. She was shaking. "Yes, Sarah, I am walking," I said. I stood tall. I looked them right in the eyes. I did not look weak. I looked like a queen. "How?" David asked. He was pale. He looked sick. "Since when?" "For months," I said. I felt my toe move. I worked hard. I practiced every night, in the dark, while you were sleeping, while you were dreaming of my money. I wanted to surprise you, David. Julia, David started to speak. I held up my hand. "Stop. Do not speak. I am talking now." I took a step closer to them. They both stepped back. They were scared of me. I liked it. "I surprised you on our anniversary," I said. I walked to the kitchen. I wanted to show you. But I saw the real surprise. I saw you kissing her. Right in my kitchen. David's face turned red. Then it turned white again. He opened his mouth. He closed it. He looked like a fish out of water. "Julia, please, let me explain. It meant nothing. I love you." I laughed. It was a loud, bitter laugh. "You love me." "No, David, you do not love me. You love my house. You love my bank account. I heard you, just now, waiting for me to die. You are a monster." I looked at Sarah. She was crying now. "Julia, I am so sorry," she sobbed. "We did not want to hurt you." "You are a liar, Sarah," I said sharply. "You smiled at me. You drank my tea. And you kissed my husband. You are fired. Go pack your things. Get out of my house." Sarah nodded fast. She ran past me. She ran upstairs to get her coat. David fell to his knees. He grabbed my hand. "Julia, don't do this. We can fix this. I made a mistake. A terrible mistake. I will send her away. It will just be you and me again. Please, you are my wife." I pulled my hand away. I looked down at him. He looked so small. He looked pathetic. He was not my hero anymore. He was nothing. "We cannot fix this, David," I said. "You broke it. You broke my heart. But you did not break me. I am stronger than you. I learned how to walk again. I learned how to save myself. I reached into my pocket. I took out a piece of paper. It was a paper from the bank. I dropped it on the floor in front of him. "Look at that, David," I said. He picked it up. He read it. His eyes got big. "The money, half the money is gone." "Yes," I said. "It is in my new account. I took my half. The house is half mine too. My lawyer will call you tomorrow. We are selling the house. You get half. I get half. We are getting a divorce." "No, no, no," David cried. "Please, Julia. I have nowhere to go." "You can go with Sarah," I said. "But she might not like you without my money." I turned around. I walked back to my room. I picked up my black bag. I put its strap over my shoulder. I walked back to the front door. David was still on his knees. He was crying like a baby. I did not care. My heart felt nothing for him. I opened the front door. The rain had stopped. The clouds were gone. The sun was shining. The sky was beautiful. The air smelled fresh and clean. I looked back at the house one last time. It was a big house. It held a lot of sadness, but I was leaving the sadness behind. "Goodbye, David," I said. I walked out. I shut the door behind me. Click. The sound was loud. The sound was final. I walked down the driveway. I walked to the street. A taxi was waiting for me. I called it with my secret phone. The driver got out. He took my bag. "Hello, miss," he said. "Where are we going?" "To the city," I said. "To my new home." I got in the car. I sat back in the seat. The car started moving. I watched the house disappear behind me. I did not cry. I smiled. A real, big, happy smile. I felt light. The heavy weight was gone. I was free. That was 1 year ago. Today, my life is completely different. I live in my sunny apartment in the city. I have a lot of plants. I have a cat named Leo. He is orange and very soft. He sits on my lap when I read. I love my new home. It is safe. It is mine. I have a new job too. I work at a center for people in wheelchairs. I help them. I talk to them. I teach them exercises. But most importantly, I teach them to be strong. I teach them to have hope. I know how they feel. I know the dark thoughts. I know the sadness. I tell them my story. I tell them they are not alone. David tried to call me many times. He sent me letters. He said he was sorry. He said his life was ruined. I never answered. I changed my phone number. I changed my email. My lawyer handled the divorce. The house was sold. We split the money. I never saw him again. I heard from an old friend that Sarah left him. When she found out half the money was gone, she did not want him anymore. They had no real love. They only had lies. And lies do not make a good life. I am truly happy now. Not fake happy, real happy. I learned a very big lesson in these 2 years. Life is hard. Sometimes it is very unfair. A rainy night can change everything. A bad crash can take your legs. A bad man can take your heart. Sometimes the people you trust the most will hurt you the worst. You might feel stuck. You might feel like you are in a dark room. You might feel like you are in a wheelchair. A real wheelchair or a wheelchair in your mind. You feel heavy. You feel scared. You think, I cannot move. I cannot go on. But you are wrong. You are stronger than you think. You have a fire inside you. You have power. If you fall down, you can stand up. It is not easy. It takes time. It takes hard work. It will hurt. You will cry. Your feet will hurt. Your legs will shake. You might fall down many times. I fell down. I hit the floor. But I did not stay on the floor. I got back up. I worked hard for myself. I did not do it for David. I did it for Julia. I saved myself. You can do this too. Whatever your problem is, whatever your pain is, you can stand up. You can walk away from the people who hurt you. You can walk away from the bad things. You can walk towards the sun. You can walk towards good things. You must love yourself first. You are important. You deserve good things. You deserve a real life. You deserve real love. It is okay to feel scared. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to cry. Let the tears come, but then wipe your face. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself you are strong. Take one step, just one small step. Then take another step. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Keep trying, keep working. Never give up on yourself. You have a beautiful life waiting for you. Go find it. Keep going.